Show. I was a black woman, that'd be perfect.
Loqueesha gonna be
the biggest thing in radio, but I still need my anonymity.
You nervous? Very. It's not a crime.
Welcome to an all-new edition of Viral. I'm your host, always, Kid Dick, as we talk about a white man impersonating a black woman in an indie film, and the people saying heck to the no. And the film is called Loqueesha. But joining that first conversation, joining in using the hashtag Viral here on Connect. All right, as you saw in the intro, Loqueesha is the story of a white man who's making ends meet and gets hired as a talk radio host and gives advice as a black woman that people don't know, that's unknown. Let's take a look at the trailer, Loqueesha. Watch this.
You always seem to say the right thing to just the right person. What's your secret?
I'm really just talking to myself. I don't charge for my advice.
Well, you should, because it was amazing. I saw this and I thought of you. You will be a hit in no time.
Welcome to the Joe Show. I submitted myself to a radio station for my own show.
Well, congratulations.
They rejected me.
Well, congratulations then.
You weren't right for your own show?
Jason's gifted. We need to get the money for this school.
$13,000 a semester?
That's who needs their own show. I was a black woman, that'd be perfect.
Loqueesha.
She's brilliant.
I know. Get her in here.
Loqueesha gonna be
The biggest thing in radio, but I still need my anonymity.
You nervous? Very. It's not a crime. It's theater.
You live with Loqueesha. What's your problem?
Hi, Loqueesha. It's free.
Oh, I ain't talking to you, not the way you sound. Next caller.
You go, girl.
You just be good to her. If you good to yourself, you can be good to others. But don't be too good because the police will come around.
Where did you get this?
I got another job.
Doing what?
Consulting work. What the hell would you know about being a white guy anyway?
I know quite a bit.
Loqueesha is a real role model for every African-American woman on this planet.
Like the whole city has a Loqueesha mania.
I am Loqueesha, officer.
What was that?
I think I might be a black woman trapped in a white man's body.
You need to talk to Loqueesha. Just because she's a woman and a black person doesn't mean that she doesn't understand you.
Is this really happening?
I'm on a bridge above the river, and I'm gonna jump.
But thanks for calling. Enjoy your jump.
I gotta start listening to her.
All right, as you saw, some critics say it's the worst film of 2019 thus far. It gives the worst representation of a black woman. It gives insults to injury. But remember, through the years, some comedians have been dressed in drag, such as Martin Lawrence as Big Mama, Tyler Perry as Medea, Eddie Murphy as one of those plump sisters, Rasputia, and the late Robin Williams as Mrs. Doubtfire. So some comedians have portrayed women with different races, different shapes, different sizes. But here's what you people had to say about the whole Loqueesha thing. Watch this.
Now, you know this is dead wrong. Now you know. Come on. The disgusting depiction, the stereotype that black women are like this all the time, or sometimes. And you know what? In this day and age, can we just, all right, clap if you think that this is perfectly fine. Okay. Is that a black person clapping? Oh, it's a black person clapping. Okay. Listen, the star of the movie is Jeremy Saville. This is him. And Jeremy says that, yeah, he wrote and produced the movie, but he also hasn't spoken out about the movie. He posted a picture of himself with Marlon Wayans. And part of it was Loqueesha meets white chicks. Now, when you think about that, then you say, well, now wait now. White chicks, Loqueesha, white chicks, Loqueesha. Do they have something in common? I hear no's and I hear yeses. But here's the big difference. Here's the big difference. White Chicks was made at a time when we weren't so sensitive to everything. White Chicks was made when we were able to laugh at it, but damn ourselves for laughing, but laugh at it. White Chicks comes on TV. I don't know about you. I've admitted it in the past, that along with Waiting to Exhale and the B-Rad movie, what is it?
Hollywood's Most Wanted?
Hollywood's Most Wanted. Malibu's Most Wanted. There are some movies that I stop every time they come on TV. They're comforting. And White Chicks is one of them. But if White Chicks was made today, I think that people would be up in arms. And this movie right here, it's like, you know, okay, well, one of the actors from the film happens to be Black. His name is Dwayne Perkins. You might remember Dwayne Perkins from VH1's Best Week Ever. Well, look, Dwayne, listen, Dwayne spoke out in defense of the movie. Just listen to what he has to say.
If anyone's offended, I'm very sorry, but I wasn't trying to make anything that's a mockery. And in fact, I don't think the trailer does the movie any justice. I don't think any of the Black people that worked on it thought we were making a mockery. If you don't want to see the movie, I respect that, but I think you kind of have to withhold judgment until you see the movie.
Well, you'll be the judge. You know, this is one of those small independent movies. As a matter of fact, it'll probably end up going online because I cannot imagine the backlash that any theater would get for showing this movie just because it's Loqueesha and the content of the movie and the subject matter of the movie. But they say Loqueesha is opening in limited release on July 12th.
The man featured in the trailer is director and producer of the film, Jeremy Saville. Black Twitter's been dragging him since the trailer was released. He responded over the weekend comparing his film to the Wayans brothers' 2004 hit, White Chicks. Black Twitter didn't have it. The movie is set to be released in July. We'll see. Kelly, your thoughts?
Let's just pretend this movie wasn't inherently racist and minstrel-like. Just from the trailer alone, it's not funny. Just from the trailer alone, it's poorly written. It's poorly acted. It's poorly produced. It's poorly shot. And it's just completely unoriginal. Adding the racist component to it, he doesn't even sound like a Black woman that I know. From people down in the Bible Belt to as far north as Chicago to as far west as California. I don't know anybody who sounds like this who is a Black woman. So it's just wrong on so many levels and just so insulting because it's clear that nobody who was a Black woman who had any sense of integrity about herself was a part of the filmmaking process. And for all the Black people who were on that film, I understand that a check is a check, but do some soul searching before you get your next one.
Amisha, in the words of 50 Cent, get the strap.
He caricatured Black women. And I can't say there are some who sound like that. Diamond and Silk, for instance. But they are also caricatures trying to get a check. At the end of the day, when you see a white band who clearly has this view and this lens of Black women, it is problematic. But I think it's also an enigma of a culture that does not value Black women, does not see Black women beyond a certain scope, and likes to, regardless of how many degrees we get, how far we excel in our careers, still pigeonhole you into this one type or this one stereotype of Black womanhood. And I think that to see a white man who is always seen, at least in this country, but I would probably say globally, as being at the top of the echelon, actually choose to, because he could not get a job that he wanted, one that was specifically open to minorities, choose to put himself in that place, I think is also deeply offensive. There are so many layers where this film just does not work. First and foremost, it's not funny. Secondly, it definitely plays on every single discriminatory trope we've seen against Black women. But also, and to the previous point, we see that there are Black women actresses in the movie. I have a real problem with the people, whether you need the check or not, signing on to something that portrays us in that way. And I think that Black Twitter should continue the dragging.
All right, Malik.
Yeah, I generally don't find these type of movies funny. Even the Wayans movie, I generally don't find them funny. This seems like just a bad movie overall. I think to Amisha's point, we need to actually have a larger conversation in how Black women are viewed across the board. And I think that that's what we're talking about here. His performance in this, or his assumptions about Black women, are rooted in the same assumptions that people have about Black women. And this is, again, and this is not just white people, or this is not just how Black people are. When we think of when Black women are mocked, that's an extension of how Black women are mocked. And I think it's something that's unacceptable. And we need to really grapple with that in ways that we just choose not to.
Of like minstrel shows and Black people put on pretty much on show of how negative and stupid and illiterate and all those things they are. And this film is pretty much showing how dark skinned Black women, how ratchet they are.
I know you're motherfucking lying.
Many of you are just saying like overall backlash, like, hey, you're not feeling it, you're not sensing it, but hey, it's just what it is. Well, the jury's out on what people think of Loqueesha. It was poor judgment, poor bad taste, bad idea, and the star and the writer just didn't do his homework and did not see that the magnitude of that, of what the Black women had to go through every day, and the different lenses and stuff. So he'll probably know next time not to do that ever again. Well, join in that conversation. Keep the conversation going, and just comment, subscribe, share, and just give us your thought. Hey, we're here on Viral, but we're watching, we're listening. So thank you all for watching Viral this week. I have been your host, Kendrick D. saying so long, and we'll see you next time here on Viral.
Thank you.